The man I was then, sitting in that musty old car, was worlds away from the kid I had been at 18 years of age on my first day at the New South Wales Police Force Academy. In fact, on that day so many years later, I could no longer connect us as one and the same. I wasn't born into hunting down outlaw bikies. I wasn't born tough. I wasn't born fearless. I was shaped that way over a long period of time by exposure to experiences that most people could not imagine. I became that way by stepping from my comfort zone into a world of chaos and extreme life events. Those experiences were like the wind and the rain against a sandstone bluff, slowly scouring and chiseling away until only the harder rock remained, untouched and formidable. But if that's true, then what I am describing would be a story of attrition, and in my case, it's not that simple. My journey to that point in time on High Tech Drive, Coffs Harbour, is only partly a story of attrition and ultimately consequence, but it is also a story of the most amazing personal growth. My brother, sister and I grew up in a small 3-bedroom weatherboard house in the Lake Macquarie suburb of Valentine, part of the New South Wales Hunter region and the city of Newcastle. Jason was born when I was 3 years of age, and my sister Katie when I was nearly 6. Our dad, an engineer who had emigrated from Scotland as a young child, was the family breadwinner for most of our formative years. Mum had given up work shortly before I was born, about the same time man first stepped foot on the moon. My brother and I shared a small bedroom with a double bunk bed and one cupboard for our entire childhood and adolescent life, which, due to a clash of personalities and lack of space, created its fair share of typical sibling mischief and conflict. But although we didn't have much space inside the house, we certainly had plenty outside. Mum and Dad had built our house on a large block backing onto a massive bushland reserve that hid a fully functioning underground coal mine deep at its centre. There were bush tracks to ride our bikes on, trees to climb, forts to make, and wars to fight in that bushland playground of ours. On weekends, Mum would only see us when we came home for lunch, and then we'd be off again until dark. We were always dirty, always hurting ourselves, and always having fun. It was a time when parents felt comfortable allowing their kids to run far and wide with minimal supervision and concern. Most of my teenage years were spent with a neighbourhood mate named Matt, who had a passion for fishing and the outdoors equal to mine. Some of my best memories are of Matt and me strapping our fishing rods or spear guns to the frames of our push bikes, loading backpacks with equipment, and riding through kilometres of bush tracks to the lake foreshore at Green Point. Those times were special because of the complete sense of freedom I always felt. By our teens, Matt and I shared the same tastes in music, which back then was a mixture of heavy metal and anything from the 60s and 70s. When we weren't out fishing, we were sitting in front of record players in denim jeans and flannelette shirts, blasting loud music, smoking cigarettes, and planning our next fishing trip,